answer to more. BioStar Restoration Service can quickly restore your home or business as good as new. BioStar is independently owned and operated with 24/7 emergency service and discounts to veterans. Call BioStar at 844-424-6782 or online at restorationbiostar.com. Well, a Saginaw man is headed to prison for a decade of prison time. His 25-year-old Taria Holmes pleaded guilty last week to a charge of possessing meth with intent to distribute. Authorities reportedly having searched Holmes' home last March and found meth, fentanyl, oxycodone, and cash. Search continuing for a man that authorities in Ovid have been hunting for stealing a truck and fleeing police last week. Ovid police thought that they had him in custody on Saturday, but they later posted on social media the man they arrested wasn't their suspect. His fingerprints did not match those of the wanted man. Canada's ruling Liberals electing a new party leader who will serve as the next prime minister, replacing the outgoing Justin Trudeau. 59-year-old Mark Carney, former governor of the Banks of Canada and England, won nearly 86% of the votes. He vowed to stand up to President Trump over the tariffs and said that Canada would never be America's 51st state like Trump wants. Michigan State closing out the regular Big Ten basketball season by trouncing arch-rival Michigan yesterday at the Breslin Center, 79-62. Spartans the top seed for the Big Ten tournament. Both they and the Wolverines get double byes this week. Pistons beat the Portland Trailblazers 119-112 late last night. They finished up that Western road trip having split the 4 games 2 apiece. Red Wings are in Ottawa tonight to take on the Senators, while the Tigers down in Florida beat the Pirates in the Grapefruit League 5-3. And Christopher Bell won the NASCAR race at Phoenix Raceway. It's the 3rd straight week he has been the winner. And to cap this one off, tonight's Powerball jackpot's going to be $335 million. And there was lottery luck that hit a store in Owasso over the weekend. So a man won a $2.4 million jackpot with a Slots Millionaire ticket that he bought Saturday at King's Corner Market on North Washington Street. And for selling that winning ticket, the store receives a $2,000 commission. That's 5 things you should know from 103.9 The Fox. Big day today to be outside, whatever you can do to get out there. Plenty of sunshine and temperatures climb to around 61 degrees with winds starting off light out of the southwest, and by afternoon they'll increase to between 5 and 10 miles an hour. Clear skies tonight, temps down around 43. More sunshine ahead for tomorrow, a little bit cooler though, topping out around 49. Wednesday, sun and clouds mix, and we should hit around 46 for a top-off temp. Right now it's 37 in Flint, and in Saginaw also 37.
Who's this guy that got my lottery ticket?
I'm
People keep stealing my lottery tickets.
telling you.
He's the Foxhole Morning Show. Morris Owasso. Flint's Classic Rock Authority. 103.9. The Fox.
That one had my name on it.
Did it?
Did, I know it did. All right, it's time for some Nazareth to kick off the hour here. We've got Steph Stodge flashback, your chance to choose your buys and have a lot of fun in the process. Is coming up this hour on the Fox.
So let's see, who managed to make it through the time change this weekend and get here on time? Well, one is Rapsuka, and they don't change for a few weeks, so that was a challenge for him to remember that we're on now. Tina, of course, is here. She's in New Jersey and saying good morning on YouTube, as was Rapsuka. Ohio Kim managed to make the time switch successfully and is here. Good morning, Ohio Kim. Also got Eric from California, where it's late in the morning. Well, early in the morning. What is it, 4 a.m. now? You guys made the time change too, didn't you? Out in California. He's in, of course, Culver City. Also here today, Chris from New Mexico. It's Happy Mario Day, but you know what else it is? It's National Napping Day today. Rob Suka will be glad to hear that one. He's always asking what day it is around here. It's National Napping Day. We all need it after what happened over the weekend, losing that hour and everything. Canada Dan is here. Big news out of Canada the weekend with a new soon-to-be Prime Minister elected. We just talked about it in the news. Dale's here. Good morning, Arizona. They don't ever tell you to change the time, so he doesn't have to worry about that trauma that goes with that. You did make it. You did make it through. Very good. Yes, that's what happened over the weekend. We lost that hour of sleep because of the time change now. At this time, a week ago, if we're looking at the clock, it says 7:02 a.m., but it would have been 6:02 at this point last week. So we're still trying to get used to that, which happened yesterday. Every single time. My body clock is attuned to the daylight standard time. And so all day long yesterday when I was doing whatever I was doing, and I always felt like, okay, it's like around 2:30 in the afternoon, feels like it's 2:30, which it did. And then I look at the clock and it says 3:30, and it just all day long. And it's like that for the entire week. You feel like you're having to try to catch up all week long. But we get going with National Napping Day, and we also are down to 9 days and change until the arrival of spring officially. I say 9 days and change. 9 days of winter remain, because on Thursday morning at 5:01 a.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Daylight Time, Daylight Saving Time, it will be spring, and we will be there. So we're looking at just a little over a week to go. But today is where we're getting a preview. Today is where we're getting a big fat preview, because we're going to have about 61 degrees for a high, Fahrenheit. A lot of sunshine today. It's going to be just gorgeous. Not even any wind to, recent days we've had temperatures that have been, the temperature themselves fairly mild, but then the wind kills the mojo with that, because it comes out of the north or the west or something, and it's really cold and makes it feel 20 degrees colder. No such thing today. It's going to be nice. It's going to be really, really nice today. All right. We're going to get on to the air here with Johnny and Steph in just a second here as we head into a Monday morning. Be the first folks to kind of get into the week here and get people used to the idea that we have to do it earlier than we did last Monday because of the time. And we're also going to have our smile source because we need that. In fact, because we need it, we're going to give you 2 smile sources today coming up in just a couple of minutes after we get done with this SOB song from 103.9 The Fox. Download the mobile app if you haven't yet. And if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe, okay?
103.9 The Fox, Flint's classic rock.
We're just going to go right to a song. He was mentioning before we went on the live stream that Melissa Hager, who is oftentimes with us on Mondays, won't be today because of the time change. Things were going on. She had her son involved in wrestling tournaments, and so they got home, I think, late from that. She'll be with us tomorrow. So let me give you a look at Mimi and Sasha. They are 2 sisters, rescued sisters. They're border collies. They have never been separated since birth. Were an all-or-nothing deal when they went to their owners who live in Brooklyn, New York, and that is exactly where they are right now. This is Mimi and Sasha bouncing around Prospect Park in Brooklyn, New York. Mimi and Sasha. There are your smile sources for today. Okay? All right. YouTube app has an update for the phone. I'm so tired of these app updates, Chris, that because that things change when you go from one to the other, and not always for the better. I mentioned that ever since the last software update on iPhone, my email's been screwed up, and I'm still trying to wrestle it back into normalcy again without so far any success. Dale says 4:05 in Phoenix right now, but 5:05 in Navajo Nation. How do you guys avoid getting confused over there in Arizona, where a piece of the state does it one way? Indiana used to be that way. I do remember years ago, Indiana used to be that way, where part of the state switched, part of the state didn't, because they were just stubborn. And I don't know how you stop from getting confused if you have to do any kind of business with another part of the state that isn't in your time zone, technically. Crazy. Arizona City, Rob Suka? Arizona's a state in the United States, and it's really hot, as we found out last year from, well, you were probably along for most of that ride, from Hot Jim, who was routinely telling us about how it was 115 degrees Fahrenheit and more, and they're getting toward that part of the season where it's going to happen again. I'm going to miss that, the cool temperatures thing when we get into the spring. Everybody's looking forward to the spring and eventually summer and the warmer weather. And, all of the ads that I'm seeing right now have to do with zero-turn mowers as opposed to snowblowers, which is a nice, optimistic thing. But then I keep thinking about we're eventually going to, here in Michigan, we won't get to 110, thankfully, I don't think. But, 90 still pushing it. And I will not be happy about that. I could deal with the colder weather that we've just come through when we've had this polar vortex thing going on, which has left us down there where every single day for 2 weeks or more straight felt like minus digits when you tossed in the wind chill. Even though the temperatures might have been above, you always felt like minus wind chill temperatures, and that's kind of what we had. Now we're starting to get into this. It's not going to stay consistently up in the 50s and 60s yet. We're still in that winter transition into the springtime, but even 40s at this point of the season is welcome, and we're going to have that for the next couple of days, mid-upper 40s after today's beautiful 60-plus degree thing going on. All right, we have Mr. Mel reporting live in Facebook land right now from Australia. Good morning to Gary. We call him Mr. Mel because he is. For, I guess, 20 years he's been Mr. Mel. Okay, 1:09 in the afternoon, says Rob Suka. Now, you said you guys change your clocks, Rob Suka, in what, another 2 weeks or 3? So that we can all get back on the same page again, so to speak. I mean, you do eventually get a time change. It just doesn't happen the same time we do it. So they had sandstorms in New Mexico, 2 of them last week. You ever get caught in those, Chris? We've had these deals here where we have snowstorms and they create big 60, 70, 80 vehicle pileups on one particular freeway system in the United States. Well, at least here in Michigan anyway, I-94, although I say United States because I-94 goes all the way to Colorado. But, okay, what's up? Yo. Bristol Road ramp to southbound 475 or 75? 475. All right. For road work. All right, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
A traffic tip. Mark that down. Plus, we have one of our local freeways, some road work starting. We were fortunate enough to get the word from the State Road Commission that they are starting some intermittent lane closures on I-75 going up north of here a little bit. It just started about an hour ago. So that's the thing. That's the downside about going toward the warmer weather, is because here in Michigan we have basically 2 seasons, winter and road construction. And the road construction part we're now starting to get into. We're going to start to see more of these orange cones out there and all kinds of closed off lanes with nobody there working on them, which is what a lot of people complain about. I say, okay, look, it's fine if you want to close the lanes and you want to work on the roads and make them better for us and all, but doggone it, don't be just closing up and then nobody working them, because that happens a lot.
I need a little request from you guys. On Saturday mornings when I go to work, you guys are on the radio. Would you mind from now on going in the morning so I can listen to you on the way to work? I mean, if it's not too much trouble.
How much are you going to pay us to do that?
All right, well, if that don't work, I have one other request.
All right.
I want to come hang out with you guys. And I figured you guys might be like Johnny Beaver and Les Nessman. Is it really like that out there? Because I'm about to be 55, and I've decided my future is in radio. I heard that's where all the good money's at.
Well, yeah, if I were you, I'd apply at every radio station in town today. Because I'm sure one of them will definitely want you.
Yes.
All right, I'll try.
Will you work for free?
I gotcha. All right. And you might not want to put this on the air, but I know like the porn star weatherman thing. I've been boning up over the. Oh, I didn't mean to say it like that, but
Boning up.
I'm sorry. Actually, that wasn't even my pun. However, I was looking at Channel 12, and he's not a weatherman, but David Sackrider. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. By the way,
Stop.
low expectations, Monday. I'm not going to work today. So, you guys have a great day.
He's just mad because he stole his name.
Right.
I know, right?
He's not right.
No, none of our listeners are. That's why they're our listeners.
I know, right?
7:13 here in the foxhole. It's 13 minutes past the top of the hour. Don't forget the St. Patrick's Day box lunch sale by Catholic Charities is just a week away. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day is next Monday, March 17th. And from 11 till 1, you can pick up your...
All right, they're Monday nighting it in Australia right now, where it's like 9:10 p.m., where Mr. Melmel is, and 75 degrees Fahrenheit in Australia, where it's still coming down from being really, really hot this summer.
Ordering 15 or more to get that free delivery anywhere in Genesee County. The deadline for doing that is today.
Okay.
So if you want to get 15 or more and have them delivered, call over to Catholic Charities today or go online and order it online. Some of these companies are ordering like 500 or 250 of them or 50 of them or 10 of them just for the whole office. Now, it's got to be 15 or more to get the free delivery, but get a hold of them today to do that if you want that. Now, it's $12, and that gets you a great lunch, and it helps somebody in need in the process. The lunches include a delicious sandwich, stacked high with corned beef and Swiss on rye, served with chips and coleslaw and a pickle and a treat.
Stop it.
All for $12.
I'm hungry.
Order them today and get in on it. Yeah, it's always good. I haven't ordered mine yet. I gotta get off the phone and dial it up and do it. I'm telling everybody else to do it, and I keep forgetting to do it myself. It's 7:15 right now, 7:15 on the Foxhole Morning Show with Johnny and Steph. Good morning. The Foxhole Morning Show.
Mr. Melmel says it's been up to over 42 degrees Celsius, 108 Fahrenheit over there recently. Again, that's not something I'm going to be looking forward to as we transition to summer eventually. Although, you know, I'm going to tell you this, let you in on something here, a little bit kind of a scoop. Before that, though, we find Boss Lady Penguin showing up from Alabama. She's on YouTube for those who can't see her comment, which is here. She says she knows that last name all too well. That's her oldest granddaughter's last name. After she got adopted, poor kid is going to catch you-know-what at school when she gets older. All right. Summer is, well, it's, yes, we still have spring to deal with first, and there's like 3 months of that, but summer is coming. We're way closer to summer than we are to winter right now. Winter ready to wrap up here in another 9+ days, and we're in good shape there. It's been, at many stretches, it's been a long winter around here. Much, much more wintry than the last 3 have been preceding it here in Michigan. It was a lot milder the last 2 years. We almost got to the point we forgot about how treacherous winter can be, both for temperatures and the amount of snowfall, because we got both of them this year for a stretch. But now, as we get set to do traffic stuff,
you can stop right there. I don't need any more reasons. What? I'm convinced. Ticket, please. But there are more reasons.
Slow lane.
Second chance prizes of $50,000. Sold. And you can win up to 50 times. Tickets, please. So play new $6 million wealth from the Michigan Lottery. I will. It's a wealth of fun for everyone. I know. Knowing your limits is always the best bet. Get everything for your next project at Menards and save big money. We carry everything to help you breathe easier. Allergen air filters help prevent seasonal allergy symptoms and improve your indoor air quality by capturing microparticles while allowing maximum airflow. Save big on allergen air filters when you shop at Menards. View the weekly flyer and all of our great deals.
shorts weather. Isn't it always shorts weather for you in Arizona, Dale? He's whoopoo. It's shorts weather. When is it not shorts weather in Arizona? I mean, we have here in Michigan shorts weather. The guys nearby that have their pizza drivers around here, they're in shorts all year. We've had them in shorts in this last couple months. Maybe a foot of snow on the ground. They're still in shorts. I don't know, maybe it's got something to do with when they're in the store and they are around those hot ovens where the pizzas are being made. Maybe they stay warm that way, and then when they get outside in the elements, I would think that would promote all kinds of health issues. They're going from warm to cold to hot to cold to hot to cold all day long.
Selection at the lowest price on money for your trade-in. Visit us online and check out our entire inventory. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Here we go.
3.9, the Fox. Vehicle City traffic.
Watch out on northbound 75 just before Flushing Road in Flint Township. We had a trailer that came detached from a vehicle, and that has been a problem for the last few minutes. Also have a crash on northbound 75 on the Beecher Road overpass that's going to create a slow-go spot in Flint Township. And we heard from one of our traffic tipsters about road work ongoing since it's getting to that season now where it's going to happen more and more. That's got Bristol Road's ramp to southbound 475 closed while that road work can be done. If you happen to spot a crash or unusual delay throughout the day or anytime, give us a call at 810-230-WRSR. That is 810-230-9777 to be a traffic tipster right here on 103.9 The Fox. All right. All right, Eric wants to know if I would ever own a Chevy. I not only would, I have. I don't not right now, but I have had a Chevy in my lifetime. In fact, I have had vehicles from all of the big three in my lifetime. GM, Ford, and, well, what used to be Chrysler. It's Stellantis now, but Chrysler, who has been bought and sold by so many companies, now I've lost track. But I used to have models from all three of those automakers at some point. Boss Lady Penguin says shorts and bare feet. She'll go outside in shorts, t-shirt, and bare feet in any kind of weather. Any kind of weather. Boss Lady Penguin is not discriminatory at all. It all is working. Tell you. You get snow in Navajo Nation in Arizona. See, I guess you do. I think you've told me that before, but I just have trouble picturing snow in Arizona anywhere. And I understand, even Hot Jim has told me about it. He sent me pictures of the weather forecast involving stuff out in the mountains over there. But yeah, it's just hard for me to, just like it's hard for anybody to picture Michigan. If you're not from here, if you're not from Michigan, if you're from way the other side of the country, you kind of think that Michigan just kind of stays frozen all year long and doesn't realize that we have some of the greatest tourist attraction areas in this state anywhere, even during the winter time. But fortunately, now we're getting to the point where we don't have to worry about that. I mean, the snowing and the snowmobiling and stuff draws a lot of people over here, but more so, we get people who like to come for the festivals and all of the cool stuff that happens during the warmer weather month and the colorful stuff like in Frankenmuth, and the stuff goes on in West Michigan and all kinds of places like that. Heather knows about that. She's with us right now on Facebook. Good morning to Heather and to Michelle, both on Facebook, both the gals who have been in and or are now in Michigan. They've been and sometimes are and sometimes aren't. Our favorite Marine, Heather, and, of course, Michelle, who is another one of our radio pals, who has been lately in New York hanging out with friends. Are you back in Michigan, Michelle, or are you still in New York? And do you have snow up in Virginia, Heather, or do you not? Because right now we're looking at a forecast today of sunshine, plenty of it, and about 61 degrees. Little early spring coming here, ladies. Little early spring coming. And by the way, Rapsuka, who is in Finland, but he's on YouTube, so you can't see his comments, ladies. He's saying, both of you, Heather and Michelle, good morning, ladies, to both of you. You got that weird dusty rain this weekend in Virginia, Heather reports. Her Jeep was covered. Found out it is dust from Texas. That's interesting. Dust from Texas hitting you in Virginia. Huh. It's like spots all over the car. Do you never get that? Is that something that's incredibly unusual over there? And Tina wants to know if Dale is high up, like in the mountainous areas. Navajo Nation, is that in a mountainous area where the snow is going to be a thing? Ohio Kim says 63 in Ohio is in the forecast today. Awesome. See, again, early spring. Here we go. And so for Heather, that's an unusual thing. That does not happen usually. The dust thing on the Jeep. Huh. Well, of course, if it's coming from Texas, I suppose it'd be more unusual. Because we just got done hearing from Chris in New Mexico about dust storms there the last couple of weeks. But then they have those. Not necessarily every day, but they do have them. It's not necessarily super unusual. 51 right now in California, reports Eric. He says it's going to be 69 degrees there today. Not bad. Michelle is back in Michigan for a while after spending a month in New York City, or she's going to be in May or June. She's just come from there. Dying to get the rest of the New York accent back. You actually are proud of that. That's pretty good. And you can definitely tell, if somebody has one, you can definitely tell where they're from. Like that Brooklyn thing going on for them. I'm telling you. Here's Royal Rachel on Facebook. Good morning to Royal Rachel. Taking a break from what she's doing this morning, which is what we're doing this morning, and she hangs with us sometimes, and we're glad of that, on Facebook. Heather says only 31 now, going to be in the 60s. See another one. All right, so things are happening. We're getting rid of that polar vortex crap.
4 degrees. We're looking to 61 today, though. Sunny and 61. Could be a work skipper day and sneak out on a golf course that hasn't even opened yet. Mostly clear and breezy tonight, down to 44. Mostly sunny, breezy at 49 tomorrow. Wednesday, partly sunny at 46 and currently 34 with Autograph on 103.9 The Fox.
Now, of course, all of you, for those of you who did not get here when I was mentioning the first time and are just now arriving, let me make sure that you all know today is National Napping Day. So if you lost that hour of sleep over the weekend, Johnny maintains you didn't. If you went to bed early enough the night before, you wouldn't have really lost that hour of sleep. But so many people did. And the body clock is still set to standard time. So at least in my case, I'm always feeling like I'm trying to catch up. Like I know it's six. My body knows it's 6:24 right now, even though the clock says it's 7:24 in Eastern Time Zone. So I don't know if you guys had that same problem or not. So if you have an opportunity, Royal Rachel, and those who are still trying to work their way through things, it is National Napping Day. Heather admits to being a pro at it on Facebook. Michelle's childhood friend has been living in Brooklyn for 25 years. Should hear her accent. Interesting you mentioned Brooklyn, because here are our smile sources, and they're from Brooklyn, New York. They're living and running around in Prospect Park, and I'm sure you know where that is. Okay? This is Mimi and Sasha. There's your smile sources today. Mimi and Sasha, and they're running around Prospect Park in Brooklyn. Right there. How about that? We got it for you. The timing is perfect on that. Yes, sir. My boss lady Penguin says she got napping in the bag. But she'll be celebrating that after the appointment, which is coming up this morning. The appointment. Linda has joined us from the township. Morning to Linda. Where it's also going to be a really nice day. Nice day for the buds to come out on the trees and the flowers to come up out of the ground, or at least get started. Was it in Prospect Park 4 days ago? Well, I'll tell you, these pictures that are taken on the 365 Dogs calendar usually are taken about 2 years ahead of time, because it takes that long to get them. I know this because I have submitted both my previous dog, Denver, and my current dog, Jacko's pictures to try to get in this calendar, and so far no dice. Still looking for Jacko's. Hopefully this will be the year to do it, because it was March of 23 when he came here, and it was about April or June that I think that I might have gotten his picture and story submitted. So hopefully it's going to be in this year before we're done. So this would have been about a year and a half, 2-year-old picture that is being displayed on that page in Prospect Park in Brooklyn, New York, where Michelle hangs out a lot when she's not in Michigan. Now, we've got a lot of Facebook folks here today. John Vance from the John Vance Band is here on Facebook. Morning, John. Top of the morning to you as well. Michelle meant she was in Prospect Park 4 days ago. She didn't see Mimi and you didn't see Mimi and Sasha there, did you? Okay, do you recognize these two? Maybe you'd seen them if you were in Prospect Park, so you know the grounds. You know where they'd be. Mimi and Sasha and Michelle. There you go. There you go. What was the weather like? Was it good for you? Hopefully. Yeah, Facebook's active, Rob Suka. Usually just about everybody except one or two people are hanging out on YouTube when we do these simul streams that happen every day that doesn't start with a T. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, we're on all of them. Although at this point, I haven't seen anybody yet. Well, wait a minute. I think Canada Dan was. He usually shows up on Twitch. I'm going to go back and check, but I think he was there earlier. Might still be. I don't know. Once he gets going, starts driving, we don't hear from him. So, I know. John Vance's little Franklin is in the Paw Print 25 calendar. Is that right? Cool. Cool. Awesome. What kind of dog is Franklin? Look for them in May or June, Michelle, when you visit. Again, check these faces. Their tongues are hanging out and they're sisters. So if you see one, you're going to see both. They came as a package deal, according to the page. And now, a word from Johnny, or more.
By the way, golfers from across the United States have identified their favorite public courses in Michigan. For those of you who are not aware, Golf Pass, which is a digital golf membership that provides tee time benefits, as well as discounts and course reviews and information and videos, released the 2025 Golfer's Choice this month. The data crunch identifies which public courses in every state have been chosen by their peers as the best. Nearly 275,000 reviews were collected throughout the year. Everybody's got an opinion, right?
Of course.
So here, Michigan's top 5 public courses. Number 1, the El Dorado golf course in Cadillac, which I've never played. It sounds like an interesting course, so I looked it up. Yeah, you need to. Joe, these are good leads. The top 5 public courses are El Dorado golf course in Cadillac, Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, which I have played. Good luck.
Really? Challenging?
Yeah, it's the Wolverine course there in Acme, is the one that they're talking about. It really is. Let me see. Forest.
John Vance says that Franklin is a wiener dog, a dachshund. Long-haired chocolate with hazel eyes. Sounds awesome. Biker Chick is here. That's Lori Ann. She's also on Facebook. Good morning. Nice and warm day in the 60s. Get on that. What, a hog or a Harley or whatever you have, a Vespa, whatever you have. Get on that thing and ride it today.
Getting golf courses, I mean, it's that time of year.
Yeah. And they're opening early, somebody's telling me.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of posts. Different area courses
Yeah.
are either opening this week or by this upcoming weekend.
Right. And Toro Grosso, for his part on the M Live, is saying that we are getting that changeover.
I see that Slyman has joined us on YouTube from New Hampshire. Good morning, Pathfinder Slyman.
It's happening to the polar vortex, where they're getting warmer weather over the polar vortex right now. So all of that stuff apparently points to the fact that we might have an early spring here.
I saw a a red-winged blackbird.
Right.
Which is another sure sign of spring
And their
yesterday.
song is.
Yes.
The song, and I've got that, by the way, I was going to play that for you guys a little bit, just in case you're not familiar with what that song sounds like. And when you hear it, it's even more of a harbinger of spring than, than the robin's return.
And I guess I noticed that,
Yeah.
like by Friday morning, you could hear birds chirping when you got up.
There you go.
And it is the red-winged blackbird, yes.
So yeah, we're in that mode now, Joe. What's new for you guys now? I know that'll be.
Now they're talking to Joe, our friend from the Anything for a Buck sales department. Yes, get on your bad motor scooter and ride, says John Vance. A great song it is.
Come on, you gotta do it too, John.
Slyman was suffering from the flu the other day. The question is, are you feeling better? Rob Suka wants Dunkin' Donut and Tim Horton in Finland. You lobby to do that. Get in touch with your local representatives in whatever your political sphere is in Finland and talk to them about that. Tell them that they get this really, really great donut shop and coffee place in both United States and Canada, portions of the United States, and I think all of Canada, called Tim Hortons, which is great. You got to get it in Finland. If you don't have it, you got to get it. We're still fighting to get some more of them in the United States, because there's only thankfully we're in one of those areas, but it took a while even for us to get it some years ago. Lori Ann says that her boyfriend is the one who has the Harley. Well, you guys will be out on that today, I'm pretty much betting. She's on Facebook with a boyfriend that's got a Harley, and today's the day. I mean, every single excuse you can use to get outside today, you got to do. In fact, I'm going to be shooting a video outside today. I think I started to say something about this too, and then we got sidetracked because everybody's coming in doing stuff. But I'm doing a video today for a company that manufactures, they normally manufacture mattresses, and that's a big deal for them. But they also have a new thing, which is a pillow that is cool all the time. It's set up in a way, and I don't know what the science is behind it, but the thing is cool all the time. And so, yes, when your head is on it, it starts off cool, and then after a bit, your head warms that section of the pillow. But either side of the pillow remains cool all the time. All of it. Not just the one side of the pillow. All of it is cool all the time. And they also have zippers on either side so that you can set the pillow to desired softnesses. If you want it at firm level, you keep both the zippers on either side zipped. If you want it medium level, you unzip one side. If you want it completely soft, you unzip both sides. It doesn't flatten, but it softens. Some people like that. That's crazy good. So, if you want, when you get to the spring and summer months and you don't like the heat that keeps you awake at night because everything, including the pillow, is hot, that pillow is going to help you. I'm telling you, it's going to. Probably see this ad coming up on your social media in the coming days or weeks because I'm setting it up and doing it today. 50 degrees in right now in Bama. Rainy going up to 60. Again, another 60-degree day for somebody. That's cool. Yeah, let's see what's going on here.
Right now, 80% lean Kroger brand ground beef is on sale. 3 pounds for $3.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Okay, they picked up that trailer that had come loose from the vehicle. So there's that. That's good. Out of the way. Tina needs that pillow because she is a hot sleeper. Good to know. A hot sleeper. Yeah, this thing is really, I mean, I'm very uncomfortable at night when we get into the summertime months and it's 75 degrees out even at 9 o'clock at night. And then you wake up in the morning and it's all the way down to 73. And I'm waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning and it's 73 degrees. That pillow is going to come in real handy. Got that in order to be able to do the video thing, which is pretty cool because that's a $129 pillow. Couple things to tell you about. Northbound 75 at the Beecher Road overpass in Flint Township. We have a crash that's created a slow-go spot there, and because of the construction, which is getting going now on one of the areas, the Bristol Road ramp to southbound 475 has been closed off so that road work can be done. Throughout the day, Vehicle City traffic information is available at classicfox.com/traffic. Know that. And if you spot a crash or unusual slowdown, let us know at 810-230-WRSR, 810-230-9777 to be a traffic tipster on 103.9 The Fox.
The Fox Home Morning Show on 103.9 The Fox. Steph's Fox Flashback.
He's largely retired from music now, but that does not mean that his music is gone. His catalog remains a favorite for millions, and one of his projects has helped him to reach an incredible milestone. His singles collection, aptly titled Greatest Hits, listen to this, Johnny, reached 520 weeks on the Billboard 200 last May. That means that it has spent a full decade on the ranking of the most consumed albums and EPs in the country ever.
That's amazing.
This according to Forbes magazine.
Yeah.
Who recorded that incredible milestone? He is homegrown. Let's get into it. Here is Bob Seger with You'll Accompany Me for Danelle this morning on 103.9 The Fox.
You wish it was a nap day, Slyman? Let me tell you something, Slyman. Today is, in fact, National Napping Day. Did you know that? Is that why you brought that up? Or was this just an enormous coincidence? Because it is recognized as National Napping Day today. And I don't think that has anything to do with the fact that we're coming off of this shorter weekend because of the lost hour. No, Linda was up twice last night, but at least did get back to sleep. Enormous coincidence, Sly Man didn't realize that this is, in fact, a napping day. So you have license to do it. You want to do it. Today's the day you can do it, and without guilt. You can. Oh, you know what? This song is the one that when I was getting a chance, the one time I got a chance to watch Bob Seger in rehearsal in Portland, Maine, that was the song that they were playing when I was watching it in the arena. And so now I'm going to get shut down on YouTube for playing that, but whatever. That was fun. That was a nice memory. Tomorrow's new day, says Rob Suka, and he's absolutely right. Okay, I guess, guilt. Well, I'm tired of, if we've gotten flagged so many daggone times or shut down or blocked or limited or whatever, somehow restricted on this live stream on pretty much every platform we've been on. I can't remember a single one. I'm trying to think. I don't think we ever have. We've certainly got not necessarily blocked on Periscope, but we always got NSFW'd for the whole last 3 weeks we're on. Instagram, we've been blocked a bunch there, but usually it takes them years to find us on Instagram. I've been getting messages about, okay, the replay from 4 years ago is now being blocked because you had music on. Well, yeah, for 4 years people were able to hear that music without any problem, and now you're stepping in the middle of it. But it was 4 years ago, so okay. And then there's been Twitch, and there's been X or Twitter, and there's been Facebook, and I don't think that we've been scot-free on any of them. I think we've gotten at least some interruption from the authorities on each of those particular live streams at some point. Just nuts, Anyway, we were discussing about an hour ago before our live stream started, sports with our local sports opinion thrower. That's Art Neal, who used to be a local TV sports reporter here. And so we were listening to and talking about basketball, a little bit about football contracts too. But in all the years that I've been watching sports, and frankly, I've been watching them longer than Art has, I have never heard of this one particular brand of soccer until just today. Yet, amazingly, this is a sport that has gone back at least to the 1600s. Yet I'd never heard of it until now. It is played every year, involving thousands of people on a small town in the English countryside. It's a 2-day game of mass street football that to the casual observer could easily be mistaken for a riot. And I will detail more about that in a minute here.
And Crazy, his greatest hits album.
Song Boss Lady.
A full decade on the Billboard Hot 100 album chart.
Can't think of a better one to do that. And the funny thing was, because for the longest time, he was not very popular.
No, he was not.
Nationally, anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this article, I found it on Forbes magazine.
Right.
So, good for Bob.
Yeah.
I am not surprised. So now with the trivia question, the phone number that you'll need, 810-230-9777. Danelle got her pick this morning. It could be your pick tomorrow. Send me an email, Steph@classicbox.com. Gets that done. Love to get those emails. Now you are playing for a $20 gift certificate for lunch or dinner at Jester's. Great food there. Or we've got 4 packs of tickets for the Long Way Laser Led Zeppelin show. Now that goes down Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings through May 10th. A whole lot of Led Zeppelin at the Longway Planetarium. Here's the questions. Listen, if you need a Google search for this, shame on you. All right? 2 women are mentioned in the Seeger song, The Fire Down Below.
Oh, boy.
What are their names?
All right, I know one off the top of my head. I can't think of the other one right
Oh, shame on you.
now.
Come on.
Yeah. I'll work on it.
All right. 2 women are mentioned in the classic Seeger song, The Fire Down Below. What are their names? 810-230-9777. And shame on you guys. You're Google searching right now, aren't you?
Yeah, they are, because it's not ringing yet. And, of course, there is a delay in there.
Okay,
They're
all right.
receiving the question a little later than we
Sure.
actually say it
All
on
right,
the air.
fair enough.
So we've got to wait for the delay to catch up. But 810-230-9777. We have one of our real authorities about
Musicologist Eric thinks it's Rosie and Nancy. He's probably
Good morning
right.
to Fox, who's on our phone.
This is Keith.
Keith, you gotta know the answer to this one, buddy.
It's Rosie and Nancy.
And of course it is.
Rosie's the only one I can think of.
Here comes Rosie. She's looking mighty fine. Here comes Hot Nancy. She's stepping right on time.
Yeah, I got so infatuated with Rosie.
I had no idea.
All right, Keith, nicely done. Good morning. Did you have a good weekend?
I'm fighting the flu bug. That's why I'm home today.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully this will make you feel just a little bit better. You've got your choice between a $20 gift certificate for Dusters or a 4-pack of tickets for the Longway Laser Led Zeppelin Whole Lotta Zeppelin show.
How about the 4-pack of tickets?
You've got them, Keith. I'll put your name on them. You know where we are and how to pick this up, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. I hope you feel better very quickly, Keith. You take good care, all right?
Thank you.
Who hooked you up this morning with that $20 gift certificate?
The only station I listen to, 103.9 The Fox.
Perfect.
Yeah, but don't come to the station with the flu to pick up tickets, though. Be kind of cool. Okay, I guess we're going to go discombobulated with the word of the day from Linda. It's going to be your mission to learn how to spell, pronounce, and use in a sentence the word discombobulated. Okay? There you go. Rob Suka is lifting a fireball for the winner who got the answer, Rosie and Nancy. But, of course, our real winner was Eric because he knew that. He was our musicologist. Of course he knew that. This is Royal Shrovetide that I'm talking about here, this particular kind of soccer. It is a centuries-old ball game played in Ashburn, Derbyshire in England that frankly looks nothing like the world's most popular sport of soccer that we know today, or any other game for that matter. Somebody described it as being like a tug of war without the rope. This woman described it that way. She lives in that area, has seen this. She has marshaled the event in the past and says it is mad in the best possible way. It is played between two teams of hundreds of players. The aim is to goal at either end of a 3-mile sector, which is a 5-kilometer sector, if you need to do the transfer of basically learning how to work the metric system that the Americans will never learn. That could take this match through rivers, hedgerows, high streets, and just about anything or anywhere except for churchyards, or cemeteries or places of worship. The ball is thrown into a crowd that moves like a giant herd as each team tries to carry it toward their desired goal. Unlike soccer, they don't kick it, they carry it. And the rules are limited, but there is one definite rule: no murder. This is written in their rule book. No murder. An early stipulation for that game. And again, this goes back to at least the 1600s. And yet I never heard of it until this morning. Crazy. Dale's out of here until the next time. Have a great day, Dale. Tina, using the word as she usually does, says, I'm definitely a discombobulated person today. Okay. Heather accidentally lost my live and went on to Friday's live by accident. Y'all were talking about the weekend and confused the hell out of her. Well, you got all that dust that came from Texas got into the brain for a couple of minutes there before you figured out where or the lost sleep. That might have also helped to disoriented you for a moment there. You know, I did that once when I was trying to get on one of our Friday missions before we were setting up for the live stream to do the Friday morning Primal Scream, and I went onto the station Facebook page where Johnny and Steph usually have it, and I had accidentally stumbled onto what turned out to be a recording from an earlier week, and it took me a bit to figure that out because the sound isn't up at that time. So I don't know. So you might say, Heather says, discombobulated me. She describes herself. So yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. So we're using that word a lot today.
By Aerosmith and everything else we've got going on here this morning. Of course, we were just playing that Seeger, which I can't go a morning without Seeger now.
No, I know, and why should you?
No, we shouldn't. We have the ability. We have the right to do that. We're going to play some Seeger for you every day. We pretty much do, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We'll just commit to that completely.
No, if we could just up that to once an hour, we'd be great.
All Seeger all the time.
You betcha.
All righty. Let's see what else is going on out there. The Rockport State Recreation Area. They say you should take your rock hunting hobby to the next level by going there. You know they've got fossils all over that place, apparently.
You know, I read that over the weekend.
This is something that I just became familiar with this too. Apparently the Rockport State Recreation Area is known for fossils from if this makes any sense, the Devonian period. Apparently that's when Devo was big. The
No,
Devonian.
that's not it at all.
That wasn't it. That's not what the Devonian period was.
No.
Not
They're
everybody
talking
was
about
wearing-
the evolution of
Not everybody-
mankind and other things.
It wasn't when everybody was wearing flower pots
No,
on their head?
it was not.
No?
No.
All right. Anyway, it's more than 400 million years ago. These fossils are from before the dinosaurs, even before...
Sly Man basically complaining that this is probably the Mondayest Monday in a while.
Part of what we were a part of
Sure.
before we became, the North America we're familiar with. But you can find a lot of fossils at this park, apparently. And I'm looking at a picture here of a guy that's got he's got like a handful of fossils in his hand. Apparently, they found them at the abandoned limestone quarry at Rockport State Recreation Area.
Okay.
It's near Alpena. So if you guys are interested, there's a little heads up on something that you can do. And apparently they find, those of you who know this, I am not a fossil guy. I don't know what it is, but there are terms for them. Bryozoans, corals.
Oh, somebody got a video of somebody taking a left-handed golfer taking a shot on the 7th hole at Pebble Beach and had a hole-in-one in that. And you can't probably see it now, but if I point to it, maybe I can let you see that I did a drawing of it because it was requested of me that I do it by a heavy golf fan. And that would be the Pebble Beach 7th hole that this guy I saw the video, did this hole-in-one on. But it's up there on the top. Well, here. So I'll show it to you.
And I'm still finding, I've traveled this state probably more than most people.
Right up there.
Doing all kinds of broadcasts from all over the state.
That's the 7th hole at Pebble Beach. The guy just hit that hole-in-one on it.
Every time I turn, every
Yeah.
year.
You know, I read another article. I'm trying to
There you go.
remember where I found it.
By the way, that's a print.
I thought
She got the
Uber
original.
lights- Do you know what Uber lights are?
I do, and they're pretty cool looking.
They are pretty cool, but I've always thought that they were only to be found along Lake Superior in the UP.
Yeah, thus the name Uper Light.
Right. Evidently not. You can find them down here too, I think.
Yeah, in some of the beaches there.
Yeah.
Ever did a self-portrait drawing, Heather asked. Yes, I did. Geez. About 6 years ago, maybe 6, 7 years ago, something like that. I used to have it up there, and then after a while, I don't look like that as much anymore. So.
You can pick one up wherever you see the Fox on the Run, or at Guido's Premium Pizza in Grand Blanc or Heartland. On the back, you'll get 2 tasty deals from Guido's Premium Pizza, celebrating over 30 years. Offer good only at Guido's Premium Pizza in Grand Blanc.
Have I ever done?
Fox on the Run at ClassicFox.com to see where.
Did I make a hole-in-one, Rob Suka asked. No, never have. There was a stretch of time where I was able to play for about 15 straight years because back in the old station, Johnny had a golf outing, an annual golf outing for his children's foundation that I used to play in. And then there would be occasionally we'd have another opportunity to play as well in maybe another charity tournament of some kind. So it was kind of cool. I didn't get out regularly at all, but at least I got once and sometimes twice a year. My game, because golf is such a game of feel, and since I'm not out nearly often enough to be able to get a real good feel for what clubs go for what holes, I kind of have to wing it when it comes to deciding which club to use. And so the closest I can remember ever coming to a hole-in-one was on a par 3 at the Fortress, which is a club in Frankenmuth. We were playing one of our outings there one year as I think the 17th hole. And I hit the ball. It was a par 3, and I hit the ball, I think, 6 inches from the cup on my tee shot. And that's it. That's the closest they ever came. Normally, I'm not even nearly that close. If I hit it on the green if it takes me 5-6 strokes to get it on the green sometimes, so holes in one, the odds on that aren't real good. I have said this, though. By the way, Kim is going to go get some more coffee. So good. Okay. Were you in the Hal Hole Saloon, you could have just ordered it right here. That's Thursday. Okay, what was I going to say? What was I going to say? Now I just lost my train of thought, damn it. I don't remember what I was going to say. Daggone it. I know we were talking about golf, so if you're going to prompt me and say, we're talking about golf, but I don't remember where I was going with that. Okay. Now, if I happen to remember what I was going to say at about 1 or 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, I will call each and every one of you personally just to let you know. Because this is going to drive me nuts the whole rest of the day if I can. I know I was talking about golf, but I don't remember what it was about golf I was planning on talking about. I know I haven't played in 7-8 years now because I gave the clubs away because they were gathering dust in a storage bin, and so a guy who was just taking up the game didn't have any clubs, so I gave them to him to use because I figured I'm not going to go anytime in the next few years anyway. Hole in one. Oh, that's what it was. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, what it was the fact that I have said, and I'm still on record as saying, that if I ever get a hole in one, I give up the game for good. Because in golf, you can't do any better than that. It is a hole in one. That is the epitome of a golf shot. And if you hit that, the only thing you can do is do it again. You can't top it. You can't top it. So it's so hard to do that if I ever did it one time, that would be it. That would be enough. Mary is here. This is Mary, who is on Maya Martin, who is here on Twitch, who says she does custom artwork for Streamer. Would you like to see it? Sure, absolutely. I love to watch art. I love to see artwork. Do you post on Instagram? Because if you do, I have an art page on Instagram, and usually there's a lot more on there from other artists that I like to also look at. I'd frankly rather look at that than my own stuff. If you look for Hal Maas art, Maya, if you look for M-A-A-S, Hal Maas, M-A-A-S art, that's my other, I have 2 Instagram pages, and that's one of them, and that's devoted strictly to art stuff that I've done and stuff that other people have done that I just happen to look at on the page. Back to Johnny and Steph.
Nice.
So there it is.
I guess originate from Ontario.
Is that what it is?
Yep, that's what they say.
So
Yes.
these are Canadian imports. Is there a tariff on them?
Well, not yet. Get them, though, before that changes.
We have people that are totally surprised, they say, that you can find any here because, they're called Uper lights, according to Park Supervisor Eric Ostrander, and telling M-Live, I don't think they're as common down here, but they can be found.
Cool.
There you have it. 7:57.
It's news time. 5 things you should know from 103.9 The Fox is brought to you by Thick Landscape Supplies. As we spring into the new season, it's time to get that driveway in shape with tons of driveway material, plus the finest topsoil, compost, and humus. Thick Landscape Supplies with 2 locations to serve you. Find out more at thicklandscapesupplies.com. Like us on Facebook. Now let's get thick and busy. Well, it's thought to be a murder-suicide in Auburn Hills is under investigation now. Police saying the bodies of a 34-year-old Saginaw woman and 33-year-old man from Vassar were found late Friday night, that inside the Holiday Inn Express on Baldwin Road. They say early indications are that the man shot the woman and then himself. A 3-year-old child was found there also, but had been unharmed. She has been released to a family member. Tragedy last Friday night in Pontiac, where a Flint man reportedly was struck by a passing vehicle and later died at the hospital. He's identified as 37-year-old Charles O'Connor. He's said to have been crossing Baldwin Road outside of the crosswalk when he was hit. Investigators ruling out speed, drugs, or alcohol for the driver. MDOT says that starting today, you should be expecting some lane closures in Saginaw County. They're going to last all this week. Lanes on I-75 in each direction from Maple Road to Riverview Drive are to be intermittently closed for road work that will be ongoing through 6 o'clock this Saturday evening. Michigan State closed out the regular season by trouncing arch rival Michigan in Big Ten basketball, 79-62 at the Breslin Center. Spartans are the top seed for the Big Ten tournament, which gets underway this Wednesday. Michigan also drawing a double bye. The Pistons beat the Portland Trailblazers 119-112. They went 4 games out on the West in their road trip and ended up winning 2 of the 4. Red Wings are in Ottawa tonight to take on the Senators in the NHL, trying to right themselves, while the Tigers down in Florida beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 5-3, and Christopher Bell won the NASCAR race at Phoenix Raceway. That's his 3rd straight checkered flag. And to cap this one off, gas prices in Michigan up 8 cents a gallon from a week ago. AAA Michigan says we're averaging $3.04 a gallon for regular unleaded statewide now. And that's 5 things you should know from 103.9 The Fox. Beautiful day starting up here. We're going to have plenty of sunshine and temperatures climbing to around 61 today, with winds starting off light out of the southwest. And by afternoon, they'll increase to between 5 and 10 miles an hour. Clear skies tonight, temps down around 43. More sunshine ahead for tomorrow, although it's going to be accompanied by cooler temperatures that top out around 49. And then for Wednesday, a sun clouds mix, and we'll top out around 46. Right now, 37 in Flint, and in Saginaw also 37.
You search for them after dark, but arrive before dark to get familiar with the area. Best times to search are in the spring, after the lakes have thawed, and after storms.
Okay.
Bring a UV light, flashlight, a rock scooper, shoes with a good grip that can get wet, water and snacks.
Let's see. In New Hampshire, gas prices at $2.69, reports Slyman. That's $2.69. Here now, again, 2 smile sources for you. They live in Brooklyn, New York, where Michelle, who was with us earlier this morning from down in the Bloomfield Hills, Birmingham area of Michigan, was visiting last week this area, knows where Prospect Park is, and that's where Mimi and Sasha, in fact, said she was at Prospect Park just 4 days ago, which is where Mimi and Sasha are in this picture. They are border collies, they are sisters, they are siblings, and are a package deal. You want one, you take both, because that's what happened to the owners who have Brooklyn, New York as a home, and these 2 dogs as their best friends in Brooklyn. There you go. Guys, it's 8 o'clock. Eastern Daylight Time, Daylight Saving Time, if you will. Had this been last week at this point, it would have been 7, and we would have been just starting this live stream. But as it is now, we're ending it. Thank you very much for your attention and your attendance, making it through the time change. If you, in fact, were affected by that, not every one of you was, but if you were, congratulations for making it through and slogging through with 1 less hour of sleep. So we'll come back tomorrow, and since tomorrow starts with a T, like the name of the day, we'll be on Instagram, like we are 2 days a week. Those days that start with T, including tomorrow, will be on Instagram. And then it's back to our live stream, simul-streaming, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Like and subscribe if you are or were watching us on YouTube today. We always ask you to do that so we can grow the group. And come on back tomorrow morning, starting at about 7 a.m., Daylight Saving Time, so that you can join your friends, the Hal Raisers, here in the Hal Hole, okay? Okay.